Have you ever wondered what color baits I should bring with me on just a normal fishing day? Have you ever been out on the water, you're fishing, you're cycling through different baits, different presentations, and you realize that, dang it, I forgot that one color that I need. This is the one color I need. And then usually the one color that you think you need is the color that you left at home on your desk, in your fishing garage, cave deal. That's usually the one that you leave. Now, if you're in your boat, obviously, maybe you got it down in the bottom of the boat. But for some reason, it always seems to be that one color that you can't find on a difficult day. On a normal day, you know what to do. So if you don't, but getting there, developing that confidence in the colors to know that this color works, this color works, this color doesn't work, this color works here, this color works here, that does take time. That is something that you do have to work on. And a lot of times it's a lot simpler than you think it is. So in today's video, I will talk to you guys about that, just color selection, something that I use that helps me to be successful. I'll give you my basic colors that I have to have with me everywhere I go, and then I'll give you a couple of those gems that I use, that most people do use, that will help you on either a difficult day or a regular day, but just something that you always want to have in your boat. So for the colors, I'll give you my top 3 colors that I gotta have no matter where I go. And then like I said, I'll sprinkle in a few more from there that will hopefully help. So, and some people are probably not gonna agree with my whole philosophy, but that's okay, because some people love one color and I do not catch a bunch of fish on that color. It is what it is. Okay, so but we're gonna start off right off the bat. I got a couple of baits here. Now, these colors, they do vary for me a little bit, whether I'm throwing a crawl or whether I'm throwing a soft plastic, so like a worm type of thing. So I'm going to give you just a little bit of both of mine. But the number one top color that I got to throw, I mean, it's got to be in my boat no matter what, no matter where I'm at, no matter what the water clarity is, color, depth, it does not matter. The one that's going to be in my boat 100 out of 100 times is green pumpkin. Now, this goes for worm or crawl. Either one. I have to have green pumpkin. It has to be in the boat. Whether I throw it or not, it's got to be in the boat, because at some point it may come into play. I fished rivers all the way from Potomac to Lake Murray to Kerr Lake to Lake Norman to High Point to Lake Anna to Curtis Lake to the local pond down the street. It don't matter. Everywhere I've gone that I just mentioned, I was able to use green pumpkin at some point in the day, and it paid off for me. High Rock was one that I had to use, one of my oddball colors. But I think I could have got bit on green pumpkin if I was in the front of the boat. I think I'd have found something that would have ate green pumpkin. Where we were at, I had to adjust for what they were doing at that time. So, but number one, hands down, I don't care what else I got in the boat, is going to be green pumpkin. Now, before I even get any farther, before I can see it already. Black and blue is most people's number one go-to. Black and blue. Everything I just said about green pumpkin, they throw for black and blue. So I'm gonna just address black and blue right now. I do not throw it that much. I have another color that I love to throw in lieu of black and blue, and it works phenomenal for me. But for me, it's green pumpkin. I'm gonna just throw black and blue out there right now, because I know most people love black and blue. So we'll just get that right out the way. My green pumpkin is the same as somebody else's black and blue. Now, with that being said, I want to say, a lot of times you'll find that, well, have you guys ever found that, like, you're throwing green pumpkin, the water's a little bit dirtier than what you originally thought, and then you're like, I don't think this is gonna work, but somehow it still ends up working. So with that being said, not all green pumpkins are created equal. So what I do is, if I get green pumpkin, I usually will hold it up. Some green pumpkins a little bit more translucent, some of it's a little bit more solid, like in there type of thing. The other trick I do is, even if I throw green pumpkin in dirty water, I just dye the tail with some type of scent dye. Not just yellow, but I dye it with some type of scent, whether that be orange, chartreuse, whatever the color may be, red, but it's just got to be scent. So I typically use some type of scent marker or dye that I can dip the tail in, worm or crawl, doesn't matter. I'll dip it in, and that way, that's why green pumpkin will work for me anywhere in the world, because I'm adding scent to it. So basically, I'm enhancing my green pumpkin to give me a better chance, even if it's in dirty water. I know they'll still eat green pumpkin. They still will. It's just sometimes I may have to add something to it. to get the bites that I want for that particular day. So first and foremost, hands down, flat out, it doesn't matter what, where, anything that I'm doing, I gotta have a green pumpkin, guys. So I want to get that right out the bat. Now, I'll go with the next one. I'll kind of put two. It's gonna be two in the same category because there's green pumpkin, clear water, dirty water. I mean, I'll throw it in anything. It doesn't matter to me for green pumpkin. That's just me personally. I'll throw it regardless. Some people prefer what they do. The next one is, and like I said, I'm gonna put these two in the same category. One is watermelon red fleck. And I really thought I had all of this stuff prepared and ready for you guys. I may have it in this jumbo bag. I put everything in here, and then I just got to go through it all when I get a chance. But the other one is watermelon red fleck. And actually, I'll probably put all, actually, guys, before I make them on two, I'm going to put three of these in the same category, okay? These are all my worm or crawl, but primarily worm, okay? So if I'm more clear water, springtime, things like that, there's three sets in this next one. And I know it might be a little bit, I might be squeezing a little bit more than I thought, but there's three. Okay, one is watermelon red fleck, and I throw that in a very specific time. I throw watermelon red fleck. The other one, watermelon candy. Okay, you like, Ty, you really like watermelon. I do. It has very good health benefits. But yes, watermelon red fleck, watermelon candy, all of which, depending on the clarity, depending on how I feel, if I feel like I'm fishing a really pressured place, that type of thing, all of which I'll add some type of dye to. It doesn't matter. I'll put dye on pretty much any type of bait I got. Most of the time it's chartreuse, just gonna tell y'all like that. The other one is green pumpkin blue fleck, right? So those three are all kind of equal with me right underneath green pumpkin. Sometimes they're equal with green pumpkin, but right underneath watermelon red fleck, watermelon candy, green pumpkin, blue. Okay, all three of those in the same area. I'll pick up either one depending on the day. A lot of times if they eat watermelon red fleck, they'll eat they'll eat green pumpkin blue. A lot of times they'll eat watermelon red fleck and they won't touch the watermelon candy. When they touch the watermelon candy, they do not want watermelon red fleck. They may touch the blue. Y'all are like, wait, Ty, how do you know that, guys? I cannot count the number of hours that I've spent casting out different color worms to make sure and to test what it is that I'm telling you. Whether I go here, whether I go there, whether there's clouds, whether there's sun, all of that plays a role. You kind of got to figure it out for your body of water. I know what works for me in multiple bodies of water, but those three, green pumpkin, then watermelon red fleck, watermelon candy, green pumpkin blue. Those are my next three. Now, I'm gonna kind of move along because I don't want this video to go past a certain time. The third color that I throw, that I always gotta throw, is gonna be some type of June bug. And I thought I had some here, but I really don't. The closest thing I got to June bug right here is this. It's got your purples in it, it's got your blues in it, but your green, your June bug is gonna be my third color. I always throw June bug. Now, I will say this, if you guys have a color that you throw that you think would be helpful to someone, share that below, comment below, let us know what it is. If you haven't liked the video, be sure to like. If you haven't subscribed, be sure to subscribe. I'm gonna get to my other colors that I throw. I'm gonna throw those out here real quick for you guys, and we're gonna wrap things up. But June bug is my third one. Gotta have June bug. June bug is in my boat. If I showed y'all, I have a whole bag that's literally just dedicated to June bug. Like when I reach over here to grab something, it's June bug. June bug is everywhere. I mean, literally everywhere. So for me, June bug is that third color. That's my dirty water color. I mean, I'll throw it in anything, but I primarily throw it in a little bit dirtier water. Now, the colors that you may have that I didn't mention so far. Some people are like, Ty, what about okay, guys? When it comes to the extra colors that I may have in my bag, it's gonna be really specific to the body of water that I'm going to. So I know when I go to somewhere like Lake Anna, they like two types of colors that like work really well at Lake Anna. So normally what I do is I go with my go-tos, and then I grab my extra colors that normally work good for me. So some of my extra colors that work good for me are going to be, first and foremost, is going to be pink. Your morning dawns, all of that type of stuff. Yes. Your morning dawns, all of that's going to be right up there with your pinks. The other one is your purple, like your margarita mutilator, your MM3s, like those type of ones, your purple ones. Your pink worm, your purple worms. Red is a great color. Red is a great color. It might be depending on the time of year, but red is a great color as well to throw. And then there's a couple like your watermelon pearl type of color. That's a low-key color that does really well. and then black. Black and black grape. That's those, like those 5 right there. If you put those colors that I just mentioned, a pack of each one of those, and like a worm, put those in your boat, you go fishing, you don't get bit, you need to sell all your fishing equipment, and you need to go pick up, if you go to a body of water that does have fish in it that want to bite, other people are catching fish in this body of water, and you go there and you bring those colors I just said, and you don't get bit, take your boat, go to Mayor of Aquia in Stafford, ask them how much they'll give you for it. Then go to the Fishing Expo in Richmond, get a booth, and sell everything else that you got, because there's no point, okay? There's no point in you fishing anymore if everything that I just said, if none of those colors work for you, you got to throw in the towel, man. You got to pick up golf. Go get you one of them caddies that's remote control. You can drive it yourself with the GPS. It'll follow you around. That'll make your life super easy. It'll bring the clubs right to you. You can go. I'm just saying, guys, for me, it's a proven system. It works. There's no doubt in my mind if I go. You may have to cover water, right? Like, the key part of this is being, sometimes what color you throw doesn't matter at all. Sometimes it's about putting the bait in the right location. So I can take a green pumpkin worm, put it in a location where fish typically eat black and blue, but I put it in the right spot underneath the dock in the far back in the corner, and it drops down and it lands in front of the face. The fish gets active. Sometimes it's just about placement. A lot of times it's just about placement. But there are times when it comes into where color does play a role. I have literally sat here, pitched out a watermelon, red fleck worm in a spot that there's fish. I catch fish out of here 100 out of 100 times. Don't get bit. I'll pick up watermelon candy, pitch that out, won't get bit. I'll pitch out black and blue because I happen to have one, pitch that out, don't get bit. All of a sudden, for some reason, they only wanted an orange crawl type of bait, because apparently that's what was running at the time. The crawls were getting active, and they didn't want none of those other colors. I didn't even mention crawl in this video. I just left that one out. That might be why you don't get bit. You might want to look at the orange crawl. See, this is why I hate doing these kind of videos, because I always remember stuff. The orange crawl type of thing, that sometimes is an absolute killer as well. So there's several ones, and if you'll find out quickly in your fishing journeys that some do work, don't work, you can do exactly what I did. Pack your bag up with all those colors, go out to your favorite place, go fishing, throw them, see which one they start biting, then you can start to piece together that puzzle yourself. But hopefully this helps, guys. Those are my top 3 baits, bait colors for catching bass. Largemouth bass, smallmouth bass, don't matter. Those are my top 3 colors for pitching them, and I added a few more in there to hopefully give something else, and a couple of little sneaky ones in there that you guys can use. And that way, someone goes out with XYZ, they not getting bit, you pull out that low-key, that sneaky color that you had, that watermelon pearl, that black or something like that, and next thing you know, you're getting the bites, someone else isn't getting the bites, and here you go, you come back with the trophy and the big check, and you're having a great day and everything's well. So hopefully this information helps. Thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate each and every one of you, my Bass and Furious friends. You guys are awesome. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace. I'm out.